About that time, once again, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of the Foolish Show podcast. Coming to you live on Over the Hump Day, Wednesday night. Nothing but good vibes. Y'all know how I do, man. I feed your soul over here. I feed you that good food, that good knowledge that's going to touch your mind, heart, and soul. Because you know my motto, you know what I tell y'all. Life is temporary, but death is forever. So you got to prepare yourself, prepare your life. Because you're not going to be here forever. So what's going to happen when your judgment day comes? Are we going to be prepared? This is what we got to ask ourselves. But we're going to have a special guest checking in a little later. Tonight, y'all know how I do. I give it to you real. We don't sugarcoat nothing. So I hope y'all understand that we at a crucial time in living. We don't know when the end is coming. You don't know when your life end is coming. But the most important thing is staying focused on what's important. And what's important is we got to try to make it beyond them gates. We got to try to go to heaven. I don't think none of y'all want to burn. And eternity is forever. So once you go to hell, that's forever. Ain't no coming back. Ain't no, hold on, wait, time out. It's real out here, folks. We're going to get everybody a little time to check in. The live chat is always open. Drop your comments. You know I spread nothing but good vibes, man. But that's what it's all about. Life is too short for negativity and drama. You got to live your life to the fullest. Don't let nobody spoil your happiness. Don't give nobody that power to steal your joy. Live life one day at a time and count your blessings. Because if you woke up this morning, you're blessed. Whether you got $1 in your pocket, you still blessed. But I got a special guest checking in, Miss Opalaka. She gonna bring in the woman's perspective on different things. Matter of fact, let's see if we can get her on. Ms. Opalaka, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Welcome to the Foolish Show podcast for the first time.
Oh, thanks. Thank you for inviting me.
So everything cool? How was your day? Everything good?
Yeah, it was all right, but man, problems.
I feel you. So you know, on here, man, I just talk about real life stuff. And we just discuss different things, different topics. So maybe you can bring a woman's perspective on different things tonight.
Okay, let's bring it on.
So we're going to start off by talking about when it comes to relationship, who plays what part, how much should a man do, how much should a woman do. They say they want a man to lead, but what is leading to you?
Leading to me is making sure I don't have to do nothing wrong with what our family need. Making sure you have, and you lead by example, so you're going to have to be a good example for all of us to make us want to be led by you. I mean, if you, whatever you don't want done to you, you shouldn't be doing to anybody.
That's some good points. That's some real good points. Yeah, it all goes back to that. Treat people how you want to be treated. But you know, ain't nobody perfect. Everybody have ups and downs. Every relationship have problems.
That's what communication comes in. Gotta have good communication skills too. Be able to sit down like a grown up.
So let me ask you this.
Go some frustrations out without hurting anybody's feelings or getting an argument.
That's real. But let me ask you this question. It's 2020. It's 2024. We got all this technology now. So how much does social media play in relationships? Do you think social media can ruin relationships?
Yeah, I think so. Just go there, you
Explain,
feel like,
because I agree, but I want to see where your head at, and then I tell you how I feel about it.
yeah, because when you go in there, you see a lot of different stuff, like something that you might think is the same thing, but it might be posted for a lot of different reasons. And then you read this and be like, oh, I should do this, or I should do that. And you might do it. Listening to this post on here, but you have nothing to do with what you're going through, maybe.
That's true.
Or you should be your own person. Don't let anything.
Yeah, because look, when you take your life and your problems on social media, people can tell you anything. Girl, leave him. If I was you, I want and be there. But they sitting home alone every night.
Right. It does.
So how they
Ain't
gonna
nothing
tell
to
you how to
anything.
be if they ain't happy? Most of the time they ain't happy. So how they gonna
Right.
give you advice?
Right. So that's why I don't listen to anybody. I would feel better with someone. If it's on social media, I would feel better with someone to ask, ask me questions. But have y'all tried to talk it out, or you know, what is his view on what's going on? What's your view? Give us some advice, some positive advice. If you're gonna comment on anything,
That's why I try to
be a
tell
good
people.
counselor.
Yeah, because social media, it has its ups and it has its downs. It has its good, it has its bad. It has good things. A lot of people don't met their soulmate through social media.
You right?
Somebody don't met their girlfriend or wife or husband on social media. But they got all the crazy stuff on social media too.
Yeah.
So you gotta take the good and the bad.
But the thing about social media to me is, if I meet somebody on social media and I know this person be on there a whole lot, now we get in a relationship, I might not like that for you to be on there like that. So what would you do about it?
And then I'm glad you speaking on that because a lot of times arguments happen. Talking from my experience, I got in arguments over this because I was the type of person like, man, I don't care about no social media. I ain't paying that no attention. I don't care. I ain't looking at nobody page. Then
Right.
something told me, man, listen, you go look, just go look, please see. On these people page and I see all type of stuff I should be seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So when I bring it to their attention, they try to downplay it. Oh, that's social media. That's social media into whatever you wanted to turn into.
Right. Because I see a lot of things on social media that I feel should be or if you're married. Like you have videos of you twerking or half naked. I'm like, you shouldn't do it if you have a man. That's not respectful. But if he do it, if you like it,
Hey, now you're talking. You're talking my language because I be saying the same thing. And then they say, well, you can't judge me. It's like, listen, if you just gonna put it out there, what you think people gonna want if you just putting it out there in their face?
exactly, they're gonna want what you showing.
They gonna want what you showing. If you put a piece of meat in front of a lion, you don't think he gonna want to eat
Yeah, of course. Don't devour it.
it? So then you got ladies that act like they don't want that attention. Listen, you wouldn't be doing all that. They want the attention. If that's the case, then just keep uploading headshots. That's it.
Right, because that's why a lot of people ask me why you ain't got no body shots. I mean, like for what? I mean, and they be like, oh, what's your type? I'm not. I don't type I have is a man that treat me right. Like I don't care what you got. I don't care what you look like. Just if you treat me, you're the man for me.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Now, what's treating you right? Because different women got treating you right. Do you mean treating you right as in being loyal? Treating you right as in buying you stuff, taking care of you, spoiling you? What is treating you right? Explain your treating right.
Well, I already mentioned anything to me because I could make money. We can make money together. Got two brains and they work great, so I should be able to come up with something to do. Then two, since you're the head, okay, be like, well, if they see I'm doing something that's causing us to go down and have a talk with me. Sit me down and have a nice talk. You don't have to scream. You don't have to be aggressive. Just talk. Be like, babe, I think you need to cut back on certain things like that. Or if you say I'm hungry or not feeling good, expect me to go in the kitchen and cook. Like, why don't you try cooking me? Or check on me throughout the day. A nice good morning could make somebody's day go a whole lot better. Or if you
That's
just
real.
check on them without no, like, hey, how you doing? What you got going on today? Or
That's real.
how your day going? You know, it could change a whole lot with somebody's day, depending on how they doing. You know,
But you know, nowadays I feel like people take that little part for granted.
they do because a lot of people don't know the difference between in love and love.
Talk to them then, explain it. Let me hear this.
And it's when you love somebody, yeah, you can't be like, or you can love them from a distance. You know, you just care about the person, so you want to make sure they're okay. But when you're in love, you're gonna go all out. You're gonna bend your back for them. You're gonna go over and beyond for that person, no matter what it is. If you can't, you're gonna try. And that's what matters to me. As long as you try, it might not be able to happen all the time, but it's the thought that counts.
That's real.
You can't,
And
you can't
I
take me
appreciate
out.
where you're coming from. I
If
appreciate
you
where
can't
you're
take
coming
me out
from.
the first Dollar Tree got a million. Got a card for $1. Card just to let me know you was thinking about me. That's about me. Like you
I
just
feel
going
you.
there shopping for your little toy, whatever. Just pick me up a card or something you know I like, a chick that you know I like to be okay with. You know,
Yeah, it's a simple thing. See, I
about
like that. You're a simple person. Sometimes it's the simple things that we forget about.
right. You know what I like. Stuff like that. That's what matters. If you remember my favorite color and stuff like that, that's what matters to me.
I can respect that. I can respect that because you know you got different women that like different things. Different women. You can't talk to me unless you do something for me. You got to pay my bills. And I'm like, listen, y'all got to understand. The Bible says a man shall be the provider of the household and all that, right? But that's if you marry. You don't do that for everybody.
Yeah,
That's not your
your
wife.
husband.
If that's not your wife, ain't nobody
Right.
obligated to do nothing if that's not your wife or husband. Ain't nobody obligated to do anything.
That's why I don't. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it because you want to. You're not gonna do it because I'm begging you or demanding you to. No, if you want to do it, you're gonna do it. And I shouldn't have to ask.
That's real. That's real. That's real. That's real. So yeah, it's different. It's different men. It's different women. So what you think? The key thing when it comes down to letting somebody in your life and giving somebody your heart, what's the key thing to that? And what traits are the most important when it comes to that?
No, me personally, I see things that you do. I hear everything you say, and I'm gonna do what you tell me. So whatever you tell me when we first meet, like I'm gonna do this, that, and that's what I'm expecting because this is what you told me. I didn't ask you for this. This is what you told me. So I would expect if I come to you and be like, well, you're not doing what you told me, don't get mad at me because it's something you told me.
Yeah, I
You
feel
know?
you. I feel you. Like we were saying earlier, communication is a big thing. If y'all can communicate with each
Right.
other, tell each other everything, nobody keep all these secrets, then you can be on the same accord.
Communication and trust. Like I had a situation where this guy he got a lot of female friends. I don't you have a female friend. Long as that's what it is, it's friends. And if that's your friends, you shouldn't have a problem with talking to me around me. I say long as it don't look suspicious. If it looks suspicious, then y'all not really friends. I shouldn't have to worry that that's your hang
So
out with us, hang out.
long as you're not looking sneaky and doing it.
Right. If you be doing stuff behind my back, don't wait till you remind me to talk to this person or erasing messages from this person. So of course,
So what's the key
so
thing? So what's the key thing with you and trust? Do you trust is they got to gain that? You give everybody a chance, and they have to ruin it.
no, I give everybody a chance. Everybody starts with a clean slate. Everybody is not the same, so I can't take whatever he did out on somebody new because he didn't do it.
True
So
that.
I have to start off with a clean slate.
True that.
And once you you get my trust to where I'm like, I'm thinking about what you're doing throughout the day because I done seen something or I done heard something. Now I don't. Yeah, that trust is there, but I'm gonna see where it's gonna go. Like once if I talk to you about it, what's that change? But if the same behavior go on, then I trust you.
So would you be able to trust someone if they cheated on you again?
I mean, my trust would be wavered, but I would give you a second chance because everybody makes mistakes. Not perfect. So, but if it happened again, one, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me again.
That's true. You
It
can't
happened again.
keep getting nobody fooled though. At the same time, you got to have common sense.
That's why, that's why I keep it at one time. If it happens, it's gone. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's not even gonna be an argument. I'm just gone.
So what do you think is the biggest thing nowadays that really ruins relationships?
I mean, if it was a guy, I think it is probably the respect that he's not getting. Because I see a lot of dudes that have women that don't respect them at all, even though they doing everything they can for them. And I be like, just shake my head, like it's crazy. And I see a lot of girls go through the same thing.
Giving a woman's perspective on different things. So y'all go ahead and check in, leave a comment. We'll put your comments on the screen. So right now we're talking about, I was just asking Miss Opalaka, what you think really ruins relationships nowadays? And I think social media plays a hand in that because it's so easy now with social media to cheat. It's at the tip of your fingertip. You can cheat right at the tip of your fingertips now.
Yeah, you can.
It don't take that but a second to jump in somebody's DM.
You're right. But I mean, the more you do that, the more you're gonna have to keep up that life. You're gonna,
That is true. Because it never ends. You have to keep telling lies and it's all a game.
actually,
It's all a game.
right.
So do you think
That's why my mama told me a man spends his time where he wants to be. But I'm not asking you to say this. Don't lie. You don't have to lie. We're both grown. You
that's
tell
true?
me the truth, and I make that my choice if I want to do it to him.
That's real. But you know and I know. I be hearing people say that all the time. I hear women say, just tell me the truth, just tell me. You don't really want to hear the truth.
I do. Before I get into
Okay.
anything with anybody,
All right, listen.
because when I don't know if women or men are the same, but sometimes when women have sex with some dude, they get feelings like that, right after. Or if they talk to somebody along that they start having feelings. Let me know what you want before I catch those feelings. Don't lie to me. Tell me if you want to be my fuck friend. Tell me if you want to be just friends. That's cool. If you want to just be my chilling or something partner, that's cool. Just tell me that. Don't lie to me. Get my stuff and then want to treat me like I'm stalking you or something. No.
Well, listen. Let me tell you why I said that. Let me give you this scenario. Let me give you this. So if a dude wants you, and a dude just see you walking and say, "Hey, listen, man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm so attracted to you. I just want to take you to the house and F the you know what out of you." And it's the truth. But how many women they gonna look at that man like, if you don't get away, die. But it's the truth. So you said y'all want the truth.
That's for the ones who don't want nobody. Yeah, it's true, but that's for the ones that's for the ones who are ashamed to let people know what they do, because there's a lot of females that go to bars or clubs, get drunk, and they F the same dude every day that's been in that dancing. It's just that they probably don't want nobody to know what they're doing.
That's true.
Like, oh girl, you just met him and you sleep with, like, come on now. Everybody, somebody, we done all did it before.
Of course, that's a part of life. Everybody done had a one night stand or two. You done had a one night stand or two.
And actually, my one night stand before ended up being my husband. It was supposed to be a one night stand, but we ended up getting married.
Well, that's how things happen, though. You never know what can happen at the end of the day.
Yeah, but you know, and what I tell people, I feel like my motto is, if you're ashamed of it, don't do it.
Yeah, that's real. But what's done in the dark,
Right.
it all
That's
comes
why I
to the
don't care what
head.
nobody say about me, because at the end of the day, it's just be
So
crazy
look,
about yours. That's it.
that's real. So let me ask you this: when it comes down to a man, would you date a man and marry a man that absolutely has no faith and don't believe in God or nothing?
Yeah, because that's today. You never know what tomorrow brings.
I couldn't hear you cutting out.
Oh, I say that I would, because you never know what tomorrow brings. That's today. He don't believe in them today, but you never know what can happen.
You know what? That's a great answer. That is a great answer because who's to say that people can't change or their mindset don't change?
Right. I done seen it all the time. So
That's a great point, Miss Opalaka. Because you never know what a person can turn into. You never know what a person can turn into.
they might get influenced by the way you living by God. So you never know.
I feel you. And I think that's the key thing to a relationship. No relationship is gonna last without God in the plan. You gotta have God in it.
Right. And that's where you go to for all your answers, your advice and everything.
Because if not, then the devil gonna cause chaos and confusion.
Yeah.
You ain't got God on
And you
your
have
side.
so much.
You got the devil right there just waiting, licking his lips. The devil licking his
Yep.
lips.
Like, she ain't gonna listen. Watch.
Let me watch how I do this. Watch how I cause all this mess.
Right. That's why I try to let them get.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that because guess what? You only get one life, one soul. People around here playing with their soul. I can't be playing with my soul.
I'm trying to tell you.
We on the clock. I don't know if people realize that, but we on the clock. Let me tell you what I always tell them, and my motto I keep telling people on here: life is temporary, but death is forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm living right now. This is temporary. Me and you on tomorrow, but when you die, that's forever.
They don't understand though. They too
So the
hard
key
headed.
thing is, what's more important is where we gonna go when we leave here. That's the biggest thing because that's forever. This is temporary. You can win a lottery tomorrow, but that don't mean you're gonna be around to even live to enjoy it. You could die in the middle of going to cash it. You could have the ticket in your hand and get in a bad accident and fly out of the car out the windshield and die.
Yeah.
Think about
Yeah. I already know.
it. JD25, check it in.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't lose focus on what's important, man, because life is so short, life is so precious, and there's a lot of people we know right now that we were just talking to them, just hugging them, just giving them five, and now they ain't here no more. So I try not to take life for granted, man, and enjoy life to the fullest. But we have to have some kind of order and structure. See, what I like to talk about on here is we living in a world now where if you look around, ain't nobody got no shame no more.
And I was just telling my sister,
We ain't got no shame no more. You know what I mean by that, right? I mean people ain't got no shame of what they do. It looked like Miss Opalaka froze up. But a lot of people ain't got no shame, man. They live any kind of way. They say anything out their mouth. They'll do anything for attention now, especially because of social media. They'll sit up there and cuss for 24 hours to try to get somebody's attention and act a fool and talk about Tom, Dick, and Harry. Chasing clout. Look at me, wanting attention. That is the new drug now, attention and clout. That's a drug now because everybody get high off it. Everybody want to go viral and become famous. Want everybody to know. But don't be confused, folks. You're alive now, but you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. Take the good with the bad. Count your blessings. Each day that you live is another day for you can get right, get your soul right, get your heart right, get your mind right. Because time is ticking. We don't even know how long the world can gonna keep spinning. God can come wipe everything out at any given time, and we might not even be prepared for it. That's a scary thing. Y'all ever sat and thought about what if the world just blow up? What if the world stops? What if we go to sleep at night and ain't no more world? We in a whole nother world. Now we done went to the afterlife. You realize how scary that is? That's spooky. And it can happen just like that. Because people die just like that. So we cannot take life for granted. Don't let your life go to waste. Waste your time on nonsense that ain't going to help you get into the heaven gates. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of getting everything in this world, but you're going to die to suffer? You can live in a mansion on earth, but then go to a burning fire when you die. And that burning fire is forever. That mansion is just temporary. You in that big old house temporarily until God decides to come get you. But when you die, and if you go to the fire, if you go to hell and burn, that's going on and on and on and on and on and on. Ain't no water hoses, ain't no ice, ain't nobody coming to throw water balloons at you. That's forever. So you can't lose sight and focus of what's important, folks. Understand that nothing is promised to now one of us, to nobody. And that's me, you, your mama, your dad, because we all gonna go. We all gotta face that judgment day where we gotta come before God. And we gotta answer for everything that we do on this earth. Everything you do, don't think you're getting away with it. We got somebody to answer to. So if you do dirt and you don't get caught, don't think you're getting away with it. Because at the end of the day, you're still gonna pay the price. Don't take life for granted, folks. Be aware of what you're doing out here. That's why we come on here and we try to talk about real life stuff and spread positivity, but at the same time have to give it to you real. Because we're living in a world now where there's no shame. And people got phones and cameras. They don't care what they do or what they say on camera. They don't care what come out of their mouth. They ain't got no shame. Women ain't got no shame of what they do with their body. Men ain't got no shame of living reckless, crashing out, throwing their life away. And you watch it right before your eyes because they put everything on social media. Think about it. You can see somebody like play out right before your eyes. That's the world we're living in, 2024. But we still have to understand that there's still a God. It's still a high power that's controlling everything. And if we don't wake up, we're on our way to destruction. You can look at the youth. They misled, following the devil, doing devilish things. drugging and thugging and killing, and all that equals the grave or prison. All that equals a waste of life. Why would you want to ruin and waste your life when you only get one? All the years that you spend behind the bars or down, you can't get none of that time back. That's time on this earth that's gone that you cannot replay. Hope y'all understand that. We're gonna bring Miss Opalaka back on, y'all. Make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to this channel if you ain't already. And if you got any comments, drop it in the live chat. Don't be scared. Interact with the show. Feel free to speak your mind. How do y'all feel about living right now? Because you never know. I'm over here talking some real stuff to him. I told her, what would y'all do if the world stopped spinning today? What if it ain't no world tomorrow? What are we gonna do? That's some scary stuff. Check your volume. You can barely hear you. Turn your volume up. Check your speaker.
It'll happen one day.
See, that's what I'm telling you. I told him hey, it ain't nowhere you can run. You can get on a rocket ship and go to the moon. God's still coming to get you.
Mm-hmm.
You can get in the biggest boat. You can get in the biggest yacht you want and go in the middle of the ocean. God's still coming to get you.
Hey, sure is, cause baby, that's the worst place to be. In that water.
Where you gonna run at?
See how I bet them not the hope everybody get found, which I know probably not, but that people on that bridge didn't think so.
Right. And that's what I tell people. We take life for granted, and some happen so quick within the blink of an eye. Now you ain't even got time to think.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that died. You think they woke up and say, you know what, I'm gonna die today. They had no idea.
Nope. They didn't plan for nothing like that. They didn't think they weren't gonna see their kids again or their husband or wife. They didn't think that.
They ain't get no notification, and they ain't get no ring on their phone. God say, hey, I'm coming to get you. He ain't send them no email or text message.
Mm-hmm.
They just gone. So that's the scary part about it. We don't know when, how, what time, where you gonna be at, what age.
Right. No, you're right.
That's why I try not to take life for granted.
I don't even. That's why a lot of stuff a lot of this stuff don't mean nothing to me. Like what it means to me is people having peace with each other, not fighting each other, love and all that, especially with family.
Check your value. Check your value.
I was saying, what means the most to me is family and people loving each other, not downing each other, especially when they need help or need good advice. You don't do that, especially to your own parent. No,
That's real.
you don't know where I'm at. So
That's
just
real.
because you made it through don't mean I'm able to. You know, don't tell me, oh, I had to do this or I had to do that. So, well, that's basically telling me I should be what like you. I'm not. I'm my own person. I don't know what affects me.
Right. And everybody have their struggles. Everybody have their different type of struggles. My struggles might not be your struggles.
Exactly. I can't handle things the way you handle things. So no matter what I come to you with, if you feel like I don't care if you feel like it's foolish to you, it might not be to me. That might be just the thing. I'm having a snap and then you want to talk to me. When I come to you, maybe I could have saved somebody else's life if you would have just had some comforting words from me.
That's real. And people don't realize that, man. Sometimes when I tell people all the time, well, I preach on here, we got to show love. And showing love necessarily, I ain't telling you you got to be materialistic or you got to have somebody money. You can show love in a whole bunch of ways that don't cost a dime.
Right.
By showing support, being that shoulder, being that support system, being a good friend, being a good mom and daddy, being a good brother or sister.
A hug could go a long ways. A good, you look nice today could do a lot for somebody. You never know. So got to be positive at all times.
Right, because you don't know what that person has been through, and maybe they just need a little hope.
Maybe that's what they need. You know, they couldn't get it from whoever, and they needed it. You just be like, hey, how you doing? Somebody to show them a love affection. You know, somebody that care, that would
You're
care
absolutely
how they
right.
doing.
You're absolutely right. And
And just
we
I
forget
know
about
I
the little things.
far
We forget about the small things sometimes. We take the small things for granted. So, and then a lot of times we don't even check on our own people, man. We don't even check on our own kin folks until somebody die.
you're right. Well, until
Think
something
about
happens, you want to be in. Like, well, if you wasn't coming around to see if I was hungry, or see if I needed to go to the doctor or somewhere, why are you coming around now? Because there's some drama. Why?
it. It don't make sense.
One be the first one to get on the phone and run and tell something. You know?
Yeah. Want to spread all the gossip. Y'all heard about what happened to Cuz? Cuz got this going on. Cuz got locked up because the Cuz they did.
Yeah, because you know, it was girls in jail. It was girls in jail that came to me and you know try to tell me stuff like that. But I'm not the type of person that's gonna sit there and listen to it because you gotta look at everything you know, from all angles. You gotta look outside the box sometimes. I'm like, well, how do you know? You don't know that girl's story just because you're giving her charges doesn't mean that she actually did it, or you don't know why she did it. So why be in people's business worrying about them? You in jail too, worry about your case.
That's real. And
But then,
that's the biggest problem now with everybody. We so busy looking over the fence, worrying about what's in everybody else's yard, that your yard ain't even clean.
right? Well, I got too much to worry about ourselves. Like, if you're not helping somebody get to where you want them
Check
to
your
be.
mic. Check your volume. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that if you're not trying to help me do better or get to where you want me to be, that shouldn't even be an issue to you.
That's real. Because if you're not helping and you ain't trying to encourage, then just live your life and stay away.
Right. Not making
Because
it
you know,
better.
sometimes a lot of people bring you a lot of bad negative energy, and sometimes it can be your own kinfolk.
Yeah. Most of the time, that's who it be.
Because guess what? The most dangerous people are the ones that know everything about you. So your kinfolks know everything about you.
Yeah.
They know all your goods, your bads, all your dirt. Your people
Know what
know.
ticks you off, know
They're gonna
what
know
you
what
don't
get under your
like.
skin, what makes you mad, what gonna make you snap.
The only thing that ticks me off is when somebody's not listening. Because I tell people it's a difference between hearing me and listening to me. When you listen for what's really going on. Be like, hey, talk what's the real problem. That's when you're listening, or you can respond and tell them something that'll help them out. When you just hearing, you be like, oh, okay, well, it'll be all right. Or just, that's when they really not listening. They just want to tell you something.
Right. Because listening, you really tuned in. You listening to me. If you hear me, you just like, yeah, I hear you.
Right?
And it's like I'm brushing you off at the same time. Like, yeah, I heard you.
Like, girl, don't worry about that. It's gonna be all right. They're gonna get there. No, I want somebody to sit and talk to me, tell me what I need to do. You know, help me out. I don't want to hear that. Oh, I just want the presence of some answer. I want to hear something from somebody.
I feel you on that though, because a lot of times it's hard to find that person that you can trust, that you can tell anything to, and you know that they'll never turn on you and they'll never throw it back in your face.
Yeah, that's how I started writing because I didn't have anybody like that. So I started writing. I write poetry. I had started a little book when I was in prison, but I never finished it because I got out. But you know, I'm
Well,
multi-talented.
you get on that because you got a lot you can offer these women out here, so you need to get on that.
I mean, I'm gonna try because I try to keep my mouth closed too now about it. But certain things, I be like, well, they got to do what they want to do. So I think, you know, I could give them a warning, but if they don't listen, that's on them.
Oh yeah, because at the end of the day, everybody got to live their own life. All I can do is say, hey man, it's a wall right there. Don't crash into it. Now, if you want to hit the gas and crash, that's on you.
Right. Like
I can't jump behind your wheel. I can't steer your life. I can't jump behind your wheel, but I can throw that warning out there.
my son just got locked up, and I try to tell him now he want to get out, and now he don't want to be in jail. But and when I was telling you what not to do, and then because I've been down that road, you didn't want to listen, but now you in there, now you hear me. Oh, now
Right.
you want to get right. You know, you fit right there and learn your lesson, so you really don't want to go back when you get out.
And that's a lot of times with these youngins, they're like, yeah, I hear you, yeah, I hear you. They don't understand. We all done been that age before. So we know how I go. But a lot of times they gotta learn for themselves. Can't hear you, Ms. Obalaka, can't hear you.
Say I was been trying to tell him about this stuff, but since he didn't listen, that was his punishment.
Yeah, look, if God want to sit you down, he gonna sit you down.
Mm-hmm. He sat me down for 10 years. I probably been thinking about him, but yeah, for 10 years, I did almost 13 years. And I told him,
Wow.
I mean, it flew by so fast. It didn't feel like 10 years, you know. So that's why
So it's a lot we got to get into, Ms. Opalaka, since you've been locked down 10 years. So we're gonna get into that and how it is to be a woman and going through all that. But what I like to do, I like to bring in Pastor Jennings, and I listen to him, and a lot of things he preaches from the Bible. So it's different things I like to try to get the audience to understand. Because like I told you, we all on the clock, and it's very important for us to have God in our life and on our side, because at the end of the day, I ain't trying to go to that cookout. That's a barbecue I don't want to go to. I ain't trying to go there. If anybody want to go there, y'all can count me out. Don't give me no invitation. I don't need no ride. I ain't trying to go.
you not trying to front roast at the party?
Nah. Y'all let me know how I turn out. But let's get into it a little bit, and then we're gonna get into your story of you being locked down for 10 years. And maybe a lot of people out there can learn a lot of stuff. And women, I want y'all to tune in, man.
Who wear designer suits?
Y'all hear?
But if a poor man commit the same crime, that's you do good if you ever see the light of day again. Oh yes. So these so-called Christian pit bums that are afraid of speaking out against America because they are little prostitutes for America. Amen. And Uncle Sam is the biggest pimp of them all. That's right.
Do you hear what he's saying? Uncle Sam was a big pimp. They put on the money in God we trust, but they ain't trusting God, because every one of them get their authority and they think they somebody important. They get their title and they lose their mind.
Yeah, and that's part of my story. It shows.
Oh, we're gonna get into it.
And because they work faithfully and loyally to old Uncle Sam, when Uncle Sam says, I want you. Yeah.
Y'all better listen.
Black, white, brown.
This way you come and you want that soul food, because I feed your soul.
Answer the call for old Uncle Sam. That's right. Yeah. Then our women enroll in the military and are raped by their commanders and chiefs. Yeah. They promise you more stripes on your arm. You get more stripes when you open your legs. That's right. I know it, my Lord. Only threaten to throw you out the military if you say anything. Right. So you become a pass-around whore.
Y'all hear that?
For Uncle Sam. That's right. You women that are watching and you know you was raped in the military, sue Uncle Sam.
Y'all better listen.
Don't be afraid of Uncle Sam. That's right. If others in the street is penalized for rape, then shoot that street is penalized and found. Don't let no captain, sergeant, drill sergeant, MP, corporal, nobody use you at will to promise you promotion. That's right. Sue them. Out of everything. That's right. That's right.
Y'all hear that? No matter where you at in your life, don't let nobody use you. Don't let nobody take what they want from you. Stand up for yourself. You're a child of God. You're not here to be used.
Are you listening? Amen.
I hope they listen.
So when you pledge allegiance to the flag, well, you know what you're pledging. Oh, yes. Are you listening? Oh, yes. Listen at this. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth. Mortify. See, these fellas out here ain't preaching this. They are afraid. Oh, yes. Especially you churches that have government programs. Ain't nothing wrong with having government programs, but when that tie your hands from telling the truth, you're a government slave. That's right.
So you got to be willing to say what you feel and stand up for what's right. Don't let people pull your strings and just be a puppet. Care what your job is. Make sure you're not doing wrong in God's eyes. Forget United States and all this other stuff. You got to make sure you're not doing wrong in God's eyes. But that's who got all the power at the end of the day. That's who created this world.
That's right. I ain't going to be a slave to nobody. No. But I don't mind being a slave to the Lord.
Yeah. You hear that?
That way, if he see the need to beat me, I will accept his beating. Oh, yes.
Y'all hear that?
Because he knows what to beat me with.
If you're going to be a slave for God.
When to stop for my good. That's right. Are you listening? That's right.
This is all for your good.
Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth. It takes me long on one statement. Mortify the members, your members, which are upon the earth. Yes. Fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, unusual desires. That's right.
Y'all listening?
Inordinate.
Told you gonna learn something every time you come on here.
What kind of man are you who imagine what it's like to be with your daughter? Imagine.
Sick.
Inordinate. What kind of man are you that imagine what it's like to be with your son? That's right.
Sick.
What kind
Got
of
some sick, evil people in this world, y'all.
Being with your mom.
That's ready to bust hell wide open.
Amen. What kind of man are you that fantasize being with the altar? That's right. What kind of man you fantasize being with your imam? My Lord.
Are y'all listening?
What kind of man are you that fantasize being with your rabbi? That's right. That's right. Inordinate affection. Religion is one of the biggest masks. One of the biggest cloaks. Oh, yes. Not to speak against sin, but to cover sin. That's right. So they're being raped in churches. Oh, yes. Many young Muslim girls in the Middle East are being sent out like prostitutes. That's right.
Y'all hear all the chaos that's going on in this world. This is what I'm trying to tell them, Miss Opalaka. We living in hell already. Earth is already here. Like she done froze up. Miss Opalaka done froze up on us. All right. You good? Miss Opalaka. Phone keep freezing. But y'all hit that thumbs up button, man. We got Miss Opalaka in the building on the Foolish Show podcast tonight. Y'all know how I do. I come here to feed your soul, your mind. Because life is real short. Life is temporary. Miss Opalaka, You there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into it. So your story. You said you was working on the book while you was incarcerated. So during your incarceration of 10 years, how did that go? Was it long? Was it hard? Did you give up at yourself? What were all the emotions going through your mind as the years went by and you was away from your family and kids?
I mean, actually, I really didn't feel anything. I just mad that I left my kids that way and had gone so long. That was the only thing I was actually, because I know I did the crime, you feel me? But what they was trying to give me was life,
Wow.
and I sat in county 5 years
So
fighting.
they were trying to really give you air. They tried to throw the
Yeah, they tried
air.
to give me. Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
They offered me life, and now I sat there 5 years trying to fight that. I don't have like 2 lawyers. I had to fire the first 2 because the first one we talk about when I said I can't life, I got kids. I'm like, well, you should have thought about that before. She was finna say before I did whatever, but before she even got that far, I hung up on her. I cussed her out before I did it. Hung up and got me another lawyer. This guy, he was okay until he got them to go down to 15 years. But when I got to court, he had done added up my time. Like, oh, you're gonna only have to do 20 every 5 months. I'm like, well, who told you I was taking 15 years? You just telling me I only have to do 12. And he was like, well, they're not going down, and they're gonna go to trial and da da da. And I wouldn't that man. I'm like, I know I'm guilty, so I'm not even gonna play like that. So I was like, well, tell them. Actually, I was like, well, at 1 o'clock, I can't go anywhere without, proper representation. So I fired him right then. I kept resetting
Right.
until one like, get this, go get her. And they came and got me like in the afternoon for that. And it was like, I'm like, well, every time I come here, it's the same thing. So what am I here to hear? But you tell me it's reset. I'm like, well, with all credit time served, I'll take it. I already had 5 wins, so it's just so I can go home. Everybody else was crying but me. I mean, I was just glad it was over. I got a date now, so I know what's going on. I seen my kids enough, but I never called home for money because I was in there doing stuff. Eyebrows, makeup,
Right.
hair. I had contraband in there.
Oh, so you were utilizing your gifts. You were utilizing your gifts while you was locked up. So you was utilizing your gifts and making money in them.
So and I had pen pals that write checks when they got paid and sent home or sent me. So I had to do what I had to do. So I ain't never called home for money. Just put money on the phone when you can, stuff like that. But
That's what's up.
yeah, I got in one fight, and I was in confinement for 30 days. And after that, I ain't getting no more fights because I started getting back myself.
So what led to that fight? That was your first fight in jail, in prison?
Yeah, because she put her hand in my face, and I'm like, well, you put my face.
Oh, okay.
So I got the right to control.
Right.
I almost got into it this time, but the only reason I didn't get into it when I got locked up this time was because it was those safety cell people, so they was in bed jumping. So I was behind the door while they was out on the floor. They want to talk about, they want to be loud, do what they want to do, and I'm like, I cussed her out, and she like, oh, it's jail. I'm like, so since it's jail, that mean I could beat your ass and nothing happened, right? I didn't see her no more that night. She got up and went in her room or whatever. So, but I mean, it was really cool because I stayed in my circle because of my personality. They want to be around me. They tell me I'm cool, I'm down to earth, but I really like being by myself. I just do keep myself busy so the day go by. When I feel drama around, I get up and walk and leave. People be feeling some type of way because of that, but I just like, I'm grown. I got kids your age. I don't want to hear that.
So you when you got in, you got 5 years in. You got a date set. So what was your mind on then? What was your thought process of, okay, I'll be going home at this time. Let me start preparing myself, or you were just taking it one day at a time?
I just took it one day at a time. I got close to people that I knew would be helpful when I got out, like just in case I needed to sit next to do certain things, or like if I know they, well, a lot of people that I was in there with I knew anyway, yeah, my people. So kind of like, well, do you know somebody that could do this and do that? So I have the right contact when I got out. So that was basically it. On how we can help one another when we get out, stuff like that. I keep
Yeah, so did
contact
you
with a
see?
lot. I got a lot of officers that I keep in contact with because they, I wasn't a trouble inmate. I did what I did and kept it moving. Didn't bother nobody.
So what about corruption? Did you see any corruption in the system with the officers or the workers that was in the prison? Was you seeing any corruption, any wrongdoings?
Of course, I just kept my mouth closed because I was part of it sometimes. So I used to get stuff brung
try
in,
to survive.
and yeah, I used to get certain things brung in to me. I used to be watch out for certain things. Just keep your mouth closed. You make your time easier. But I tell you one
That's what's
thing,
up.
I was so glad when I got shipped back. But I made it easy to get shipped back. I was in Ocala first, and you know what's all up there.
Uh-huh.
So it was
Right.
a lot. That one of my homegirls, they let her die while she was up there because she had cancer. She needed certain medical attention.
Wow.
Um,
And they were just
so I guess
neglecting it.
right, they let her lay there for a long time before they actually went and got here. So she didn't make it.
Wow.
And just recently in PGK, it's a lady who have a epilepsy, and she just had seizures in the cell. But she had like 6, 7, 8 seizures before medical emergency got there. So I'm like, that lady actually died, but they had supposedly brought her back. That's what story they gave us. But she ain't
Wow.
never come back. I ain't never see it no more. So
So what about the violence and gang rape and rape and all that? So is that true by in prison for the women? Do a lot of women get raped and bullied while they're in prison?
if they got raped, it was by an officer. Officer actually raped them or not, but I know a couple got raped by the officer. I don't know if the officer threatened them or
Wow.
something, but I know it's a lot of people that got pregnant by officers, or officers that got pregnant by men. I know a lot of them, but so
Wow.
it's just a matter of minding your business in there and do what you're supposed to do. I was telling
So
a girl in county that I say in prison, the officers are a little different. The county officers that stand here and argue with you and I said they probably would beat your ass and take you to confinement. No phone, no nothing for 30
wow.
days.
Yeah.
Or an inmate come, say they got an inmate that they like, they gonna do this inmate do stuff. I said they give raises in prison, so you get sliced up. And then what's gonna happen, especially if you're a trouble inmate, they're not gonna care.
Right. You like a piece of meat, and they'll watch
I
you
say it's
rock.
like we could be walking by each other in their rec yard, and I could just poke you twice in your neck. They wouldn't even know nothing about it. They just don't know you still out there. I know who did it. There's a bunch of us out there. That's why I say you need to watch what you're doing. I'm like, I tell them females, like, this jail's preparing you just in case you have to go to prison. You need to learn to watch your mouth now because a prison officer's not going to care, especially if you up north, Florida. They definitely ain't going to care. So everything somebody got to say to these people, they want to argue and all that. And nah, that's kid stuff, man. Well, where did our host go? Go ahead, because he ain't on there right now. Nowhere. I think that froze. We done been on this thing an hour, but he'll be back. That camera probably turned off. Anyway, he talk about different topics. The night he talking about like female point of view on certain things, and we about through social media have an influence. Like anybody else? Oh yeah. Like social media has like a big impact on relationships. Yep. And then he asked really it's about relationships. Yeah, and then he asked about my time in jail, like as a female. You and who else? That's me and this guy here. That's live. But he got to come back. Because if a girl sees her boy, if a girl sees her boyfriend like a girl picture, you know they got to go know she gonna trip. Like, which one?
Right now on the Foolish Show. Got Miss Opalak in the building telling us about her experience, man, being locked down years in prison, how it is from a woman's view. Y'all hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to this channel. So we had a little internet trouble, but I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So you were saying, so what did you learn from that point of your life and going through all that? How did that affect your life right now, going through that prison time?
It gave me a little more wisdom and everything is not what it seems. Looks can be deceiving. A lot of females had to learn that about me. I might look like I'm, a chill, laid back person, which I am, but I can't get, rowdy and bothered, And I had to, unfortunately, show somebody, but I'm not that person no more. Like I have a little more self-control now about things I say. And I'm more
I respect that.
now.
I respect that because remember, we only get one life, and you want to see your life go to waste. Everybody has something that they bring to the table that they can offer this world. So we got to use our gifts and talents the right way.
It do teach you a little patience. It teach you a lot of things. Cause now, but it teach you how to talk to, instead of doing all that arguing and stuff, it teach you how to handle things differently. So it won't, you still get the same results, maybe even better results. And
so what advice would you give the young ladies? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying that there, if you talk to the officer a certain way, they want to write you up. So that's taking game time. So basically, they want you to be in there long as possible because they miserable about their job or whatever. But nobody asked you to take this job. You apply for this job, not me. So you come to work
Right.
for what?
Right.
And I had to tell an officer one time.
A lot of people abuse their power.
It was count time and they were training, and the girl fell asleep and she was leaning on the wall. So when they tried to wake her up, she thought she was supposed to go in the room, but the officer was sitting there. But the training officer gonna put her hand on the girl. Like, hold up. I'm like, well, shit. When the officer got to me, I'm like, you need to train your trainees that these girls is not just they friend or nothing. You don't know what that girl been through before she got here. So she could have woke up and just went in her shit. You never know. And it wouldn't have been her fault because she didn't even have to touch
Right.
her. You have people do have PTSD. From
Yeah, they abuse their authority all the time.
Yeah, so she done been shot. So imagine you don't know where she's at in her mind while she's sleeping and being woke up like that. She probably used to being beat by her dude and don't know. Probably finna defend herself.
Absolutely.
So you have to watch certain things and you have medical patients like they have seizures and stuff, but they still want to do stuff that they know will make that person go into epileptic shock. That's why I'm like, well, they don't care, so you're not gonna make them care, especially by arguing with them, calling them puss ass hoes and all that. You definitely not gonna make them care. So if you have a problem,
right, they gonna let yourself even more.
Yeah, and they keep doing. I was telling them, I'm like, they keep doing it to women because they know women are not gonna stick together. They know because they sit here and listen how y'all come
Absolutely
about certain inmates, y'all believe about this person, or you fussing with this person. They know you gon' they know they
keeping up drama
because you're not gonna stick together.
instead of uniting. They keeping up drama.
But I'm telling you, that's why I'm like in a dude cell. They don't care if they like each other or not. They could be from different neighborhoods that's beefing. But if it's something that officer that's doing ain't right, all of them gonna stick together, write him up, and guess what? He's gonna be gone. One grievance out of a dorm of 80-something people is not gonna do anything.
Right. Absolutely right.
Like I said, it comes back to
because it numbers. When you want
right. But see, that's why sometimes when I had to write grievances, I had to word it in a way, and I had to write it, in a way where they know what I'm talking about. And two, they never hear about me on the compound from no officers or anything. So I'm like, well, if this coming from this inmate, well, it may be something going on. Let's check it out. They do stuff like that because I never had a problem.
Right. Thank God for that.
That's how I used to hurt them because
you don't wish on nobody, man. I wish prison and jail on no one. Like I said, life is too short, man, to be wasting time. That's like going to another hell. That's hell on earth.
Yeah. I told him, I said, you make your time.
Not paradise. It ain't no vacation. Right.
Not. They take it as a plaything because they watch these movies and listen to these songs of these little young rappers and stuff. But no, that's not how it go for real.
So let's fast forward. 10 years go by, you get out. Let's fast forward. 10 years from now, you get out. You have your freedom. Is everything changed now? The technology, the phones, you have to get adjusted back to life or what?
Yeah, I definitely did because there's a lot of places that done changed, and I don't even know it no more because it don't look the same. These phones, I had learned how to work one phone. That was my iPhone, but it got stolen one day. I was at the Watch House. I have to learn how to work all this stuff. You see, I be calling my daughter, to help me do stuff because I don't know.
I know there was a adjustment period where you had to get adjusted. You like, oh, what phones do this? Oh, what we can do this now? Nothing stays.
I got locked up in 2011. I got out in 2021. I said, yeah, 10 whole years when I got locked up.
Check your mic. Move your hand from the mic. Can you
hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, what about now? All right, yeah, I was like, it's 10 whole years too because I got locked up in 2011 and I didn't get out till 2021. So I did the whole thing.
Wow. You recently got out.
Yeah, on 3 years.
So thank God for that. Thank God. Thank God you're free. You out here. And like I said, life is too precious to be wasting time. So you gotta live life to the fullest and enjoy it. So what advice would you give? What advice would you give if you seen some young ladies that were down that same path and about the way? What advice would you give them to tell them to make avoid prison and make better decisions?
The advice I would give them is that, especially if they're African American, that you're the target anyway. So you need, whatever they do is not gonna kill you to do it, because you have to listen to your parents. So abide by the law, so they won't come messing with you. And if they do, they have no reason to lock you up because you're straight. You're not doing anything. Make sure you're straight, so you have no reason to say anything. If it happens,
it's all about staying on the right path. The old folks used to say trouble is easy to get into.
And hard.
You know what the old folks used to say easy to get into? And hard to get out of.
They tell you. Right, exactly. That's why I make sure I stay home most of the time now.
And all it takes is one mistake.
So many people. There's so many people getting killed nowadays for nothing.
So being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. And someone was family, so I done seen it happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, and like you said, man, it's all about listening. People gotta stop being hard-headed all the time. Sometimes you gotta listen to somebody, whether it's your mama, your daddy, your parent. Somebody's trying to tell you something good. You need to listen. But sometimes you can't get outside your own body to see what other people can see. You know what I mean? They can see different things from different ways that maybe you don't see it. You don't see yourself like that. You might think you're all right. You might think ain't nothing wrong with me.
Yep, you're right. But that comes back to having to admit. Because me, I always say if more than one person say the same thing is you. I say if I was saying that.
That's
I
true.
Always say if the same. If the same
you can't keep blaming everybody else. If they blame everybody else.
Right.
If all the time you say such and such fault and you ain't in it, we gotta start looking at you. All the people that love to point fingers, sometimes you gotta start doing this right here.
Yeah, they always say when you pointing one
Y'all
at
start with
somebody
yourself.
else.
One point right back at you.
Right, 3 of them.
Ms. Opalaka, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. We've been on for over a while. You shared your experiences. I'm sorry that you had to go through that 10 years of being locked down, but God does for a reason. And you shared your experiences of what you learned. And hopefully you'll be able to your gifts and talent and write this book and share it with the world, because somebody else struggle, somebody else's story can be somebody else's support. That can be somebody else's help. You can help somebody. They can learn from you.
Yep.
Maybe they can learn from you. Maybe they've been in that same position. They feel like, oh, I know what they're talking about. I can relate to that. I've been. Story can help. But like I said, thank God you're alive. Thank God you got your freedom. You got your health. You still got your kids. God is still working in your favor. So do you believe that people should get second chances and people can change?
Yeah, I do.
Explain.
Like I was saying before,
Explain your side of that.
it could be anything that make a person change, you know. Like I say, they might see your lifestyle and be like, well, maybe I need to try this because maybe they going through something that you don't know about. So maybe they might change their mind and start living a whole different way. I done seen it happen. I done seen it.
That's
Anything
real because God don't have no time limit.
Because it could be another person that did the same thing I did, ended up dead or got more time, but I was favored enough to get the time I got and was able to see my kids. So, and I done changed the whole time. Not because
So thank God for that. Thank God for that.
I see the way I was living.
Now you're living testimony. Now you're living testimony. Because look what God done brought you through. And still working. He's still working on all of us. Ain't nobody perfect. We all have flaws.
Right.
But each day we live is another day for us. Yeah, each day we live is another day for us to get closer to God and get our life in order. But we ain't got forever. People better realize we ain't got forever.
At all.
Judgment day could be tomorrow. Your last day on this earth could be next week. It could be next month.
Yeah.
Don't take life for granted, folks. Enjoy life to the fullest. And always remember that you can change. If God, accept God in your heart, and you want to change, you're going to change for the better. And that's what it's all about. That's why the Bible already says that we all sinners. It says everybody in this world are sinners. Nobody perfect. But there ain't no excuse for us to be around here living reckless.
Right. That's why I gave you common sense.
You just set them out for it right there. And a lot of people don't use those common sense to the best of their abilities.
Right.
A lot of times we make bad choices, bad decisions that we live to regret for the rest of our life. You can have kids with the wrong person. You can marry the wrong person.
Yeah.
You can jump in the car with the wrong set of people.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Instinct for a reason.
Trust your gut. Trust your heart.
Yeah. Give you instinct for a reason.
I got my boy Eddie B about to join us. So I guess we're going to keep rolling. Eddie B, what it do, bro? What it do, brother? You looking sharp over there, man. You looking sharp. What it do?
I just got home.
Home? Look like you just got married. Somebody got home. Look like you done been to the altar. Hey, but I got Miss Opalaka, man. She came on here, man, to share her story, bro. Let me tell you how God is so good. She was locked down for 10 years, bro, in prison.
Oh man.
10 years, and she was on here telling her story.
Oh man, I missed a special treat, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Give him a little run. Give him a little rundown of your story and how you became free within the last 3 years. You been free?
Yeah. Yeah, it was just basically, doing what I had to do for my kids. I'm out there robbing and carjacking and doing all this stuff. I was selling dope too, but I never really got caught for this stuff. The reason I got locked up was because the guy I was with, he snitched and they came back and got me.
Wow.
I took the time. I didn't want my nephew going to jail for nothing he didn't do. So I took it for him. Even though I was there, but they didn't know that until homeboy opened his mouth. But to keep my nephew out of it, all right, here, take me. Let's go.
And that's real though, because guess what? You show accountability. You could have easily, hey man, all y'all going down with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't even tell the police anything. When I got there, I just admitted to doing what I did. And I was like, well, if y'all know everything, why y'all asking me? Take me to my bed. Let me go to sleep.
That's real though. You stood up like a soldier.
Yeah.
And that's why the the detective got mad. Told me I'm gonna request life for you. And people try to give me life,
Wow.
but because I'm a deep thinker and I have a quick mind, so it was a lot of things that they try to trap me up with that we wasn't gonna do it because I know how to talk. You feel me? Got the gift of gab, I
That's
guess.
what's up. Yeah, you gotta be able to look. You gotta be able to come back like this.
Yeah, and that's me all day long. I got a comeback for you. And then I'm
Yeah.
listening to what you saying, so I'm gonna have a rebuttal. Like, hold up, you just said this, so how now it's this. So I'm gonna have one for you. What they just gave in and gave me the 10 I asked for. Let me go.
So
I
did
sit
you
here and
see
bring it out, but you
any
keep on.
Miss Opalaka, while you was incarcerated, did you see any people die? Did you see any people overdose or suicide while you was incarcerated?
Well, I haven't seen it. I didn't see any suicides, but my first time seeing somebody die was like I was telling you, the lady who had the seizures, and she died in that room. But I only seen all the people that came up when they tried to take her out, and they took out on like a gurney,
Wow.
and they
Wow.
had to bring her back in the room, and they took her out on the gurney.
And see, this is why, if you're watching out there, this is why it's so important for you to make good decisions in your life. Because you don't want to end up behind those walls. You don't want to end up behind the bars when you can't do what you want to do, when your freedom is stripped away from you, and they talk to you any kind of way and treat you any kind of way. This is not the reason that God put us here on this earth.
Right. It's like I had to learn how to be able to talk without all the attitude and stuff. That's what it taught me to get my point across, because it's a lot of officers, they try to talk to you any kind of way, but I'm like, listen, as respectful as I can. I'm not a child. I'm not your child.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to holler at somebody,
Mm-hmm.
go
Absolutely.
on. Take it.
Yeah.
Right, because they'll treat you like you ain't nothing because you're in jail. It seems like
Right.
you're a piece of meat. They don't even treat you like a human being no more.
And I have to give them another perspective. Like when I say you have to think outside the box, look at it at all angles. I'm like, well, when you walk out that door, it could be you that end up in here too, right? Just because you're officer don't
Exactly.
mean nothing can happen to you.
Right.
I
Exactly.
said, then half these females being here forever, so they're gonna see you. They from here,
Right.
and then you
Right.
charges and you want to treat them like crap in here. But what if they get out and they remember how you treated them and they don't care? They want to do something else.
Right.
Right.
And it's
I say
on
you have
site. And it's on site when I see you.
Mm-hmm.
to.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say you got to
You
be
gotta be
careful.
careful how you treat people. Because
You
remember,
got
at the end of
to.
the day, we are not the judges. I know people have them robes and they get on there and hit that thing. But at the end of the day, Eddie B, we all know who's the real judge.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
The one that
And I
sit
had
high, he's the one
And
that's gonna
that's
judge
right.
all of us. We all gotta stand before the throne and get judged.
Right.
We ain't the judges.
Right. No.
you
Mm-mm.
have to let them know. Like, listen, it's such and such inmates in here, and it's only one of you. So we band together and want to kill you in here. Then what you gonna do? They have to first. You got
Right.
to get to the radio to tell somebody, and
Yeah.
then they have to get up. Then they have to get through two doors to get to you. So what can happen to you in that little bit of time they have to get to you? With all this
Right.
in here.
Yeah, it's
I feel
still
like when
no
I have
reason to
children,
mistreat nobody. You can't go around mistreating nobody in no situations.
Mm.
especially if I'm giving you respect, there's no reason for you to disrespect me.
Right.
Eddie B, how you feel
You
about
know
that?
my story.
About law enforcement? Eddie B, how you feel about law enforcement abusing their power, man? And a lot of innocent people get mistreated. They get beat down. They get shot and killed. How much accountability should the law and the police officers have?
I wouldn't say how much. I would say if we was in their shoes, and how would they feel if we did anything to them, and they wouldn't like it.
Right.
But then
Right.
they treat us like crap. And
Yeah, but a lot of them,
I understand that. I understand that the thing is that they're good cops, but we look at it this way. They say that they're trying to protect us, but where's the protection that we see? Is it because we're black,
Absolutely.
or is it because it's like white people against black people? That's the way I see it. Like they treating
you
us
got,
like crap.
that's how it all
What you
started
say,
out,
Mr.
right?
Opala?
I say that's how it all started out, right? With them treating us like crap, right? We got
Yeah,
stole from where we was to come get treated
right,
like crap.
right,
Look, what the history tells us? They traded their sheets in for badges. Remember, they first it was the sheets and the KKK. They traded all that in now for guns and badges.
right,
Yeah, majority of
Because
them
at the
did.
end of the day, man, people don't realize we all brothers and sisters. If I cut them just like me, we gonna bleed the same red blood. And what people really
yeah,
don't realize is when we die, I don't care what color you is, I don't care if you're mixed, European, Chinese,
we
we
all going
all
to the
going
same
before
place,
the same God when you die.
right,
You think
right.
black people got a God and white people got a God and Chinese people got a God? No, there's only one God.
One God,
Yep.
one
That's why
God.
I was telling a girl in jail when she was like, "Oh, she was saying something." I was like, "Well, in the Bible it said we came from Adam and Eve, so we all related." Because she was like, "Don't it seem weird to marry somebody
Talk to
with your
them.
same last name?"
Talk
So
to
I'm like,
him,
"Well, how's that weird when we all came from Adam and Eve in the first place? We all related. We just,
right,
I said
Absolutely.
if you read
Absolutely.
right.
if you read the Bible, I said if you read the Bible, you have in the Bible where it was a guy that had three sons. He had one black, one white, one Asian.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you got different races.
Right?
But we all still
Absolutely.
all still we had one mom, one
Absolutely.
dad, Adam and Eve, and that's it.
Right,
I
That's
don't know
it.
how time
And and that
we
and
all
that and that that's the human root. I
yeah.
don't care about what them scientists be trying to tell y'all. Talking about y'all came from gorillas and apes and all this other stuff. I know what the creator did. I know what the story told
Right,
me. I don't know y'all
right.
get gorillas and monkeys and all this other stuff.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We know where we come from. We know who created us.
yeah, they just don't understand
Exactly.
it half the time.
You know why it's hard? I'm gonna tell you why a lot of people don't believe in God because, and it's the smartest thing by God. Think about this. It's hard for you to believe in something that you can't see. See, they can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard for people to just think
Mm-hmm.
that it's something like that with all that power out there. I can't see it. I can't touch it. But see, that's
Right,
smart because
I mean, but
for you to believe in something that you cannot see physically or touch it means you got to have what? Faith. That's how your
faith,
faith get tested.
faith is the
but
substance
That's
of
why
things
faith
hoped
plays
for.
a
that's
part
another
because you have to believe because you can't see with your own two eyes.
Right,
that's another thing when
Think
common
about it.
sense comes into play because you actually can see him. You see him in everything he created.
mm-hmm.
Woo! Hey, she cooking.
She cooking.
Her cooking, her Eddie. There's no Palaka
She
cooking.
cooking. She
I
cooking.
like what she got in the pot. I like what she
She
dropping in the
cooking.
pot
I
tonight.
say
She
you
cooking.
got these rockets. You got these rockets and stuff going up there. They can't even make it up there half the time. So how you figure something like that
Exactly. And
created?
blowing up. Hey,
Oh man.
what
Right.
happened when that the little submarine tried to go all the way down there in the bottom of the ocean and exploded?
Right, because
Think.
it's too deep. It's too much pressure. You can't go down there.
Mm-mm.
God said, I don't want y'all down there. So something down there I ain't ready for you to see.
If there's
Right.
places you can't reach, you figure that it was created by anything else but God. How?
Just think about the heaven and earth. Think about the sky and the sun and all that. You don't think somebody had to create that? You think human beings created that?
Mm-mm.
No, because you can't even get to the sun. So how you made it?
Thank you. Thank you. It
It
don't
would
make sense.
take a lot of. It would take a lot of people to create that. Nobody can create
They
that.
would never do it because for one, they wouldn't even be able to breathe the gases that's coming off of there,
Right.
and the heat is
Right.
excruciating. I said, then you have
Right.
stars that's bigger than the sun that you can't even reach.
No.
You would never reach.
Now, Miss Opalaka, think about this. Miss Opalaka, this is what I try to tell people. If y'all want to go to hell, then you might as well just try to get to the sun. Try to get closer to the sun as you can. Everybody out there that want to go to hell, go to the suns, and you let me know how that work out for you.
Yeah.
But
Let me know how it feels down there.
You can see these stars up here in the sky clear as day, but you can never get to one. So how you figure you made it?
Exactly.
So that's not that.
People don't get that. People don't understand. It got to be a higher power. And like I was saying, one of these other podcasts where Eddie B was on here, y'all got to think like this. It's 2024, right? And we still hear about Jesus Christ and God. Now, how something gonna be way 20,000 years or how many years old, and we still talking about it? It gotta be some truth in that.
Got to be.
Think about it. What lie gonna stay around that long?
Why would you talk about an unimportant man, a man that you don't think exists?
Exactly. A man that don't exist. Why are we still talking about Jesus Christ if he didn't exist in this 2024?
We wouldn't even still having this deep conversation.
You must still be talking about this.
They don't want to believe it. That's all.
No, they don't. They want us to sugarcoat.
That's like the people who swear the world is flat. The earth is flat. I'm like, how is it flat?
Yeah, and all this other stupid stuff. Okay, it's flat, all right. It's flat in your head.
Yeah.
If the earth have a core, nothing flat has a core. So I'm trying to understand.
See, I told you she dropping gems. She dropping gems tonight, Eddie B. I told you, Miss Opalaka on fire. Like she said, if earth has a core, it can't be flat.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Can't be. I said, and he said that it's a sphere. A sphere is not square; it's round. And you know, man. If man made the earth, man is real greedy, so they wouldn't have made just one planet like Earth. They would have had a whole bunch if man made it.
So, before I let you go, Miss Opalaka, I know I had you almost 2 hours. We done had a good time, and I appreciate you sharing your story. So, tell me, what do you see now? Tell me, what do you see now? Where are we now in society as far as in men and women? How do you see men now? How do you see women now?
Well, me personally, because I've commented to my sister about this, I was like, well, these are the future presidents and stuff we got now, and they listening to nothing but females giving stuff up for money or twerking or throwing it back and effing everybody, and then dudes talk about now kids trick and dumping about it. They don't talk about love no more. They don't talk about taking care of each other no more. They talk about all this bullshit.
Eddie B, hey, she on our page, bro. She right, and she right whatever.
And we just
this is what we be preaching. This is what we be preaching. Because y'all understand we are our own demise. Y'all are your own destruction.
We just talked about this last night.
Hey, Eddie B, what we tell them all the time? I say you got women they putting the price to their legs because they ain't got no
shame.
They ain't got no shame. Hey, Miss Opalaka, you got fellas, you got dudes that grab their gun, get in their car, and start shooting because they ain't got no what, Eddie B?
Shame.
They ain't got no shame.
No shame.
Nothing.
See, the Bible says you're supposed to have some shame. You supposed to put some shame on it. You should be ashamed of the wrong you doing. See, these people ain't got no shame. You're shameless.
No.
You're not ashamed of nothing you doing. All this sinning you doing, you ain't got no shame. So what you gonna tell God when it's time for you to stand before the throne, and you around here living reckless with no shame. How you gonna sugarcoat that? How you gonna work out of
You
that?
can.
That's why he
Ain't no
give
way
you
you
time.
sugarcoating.
That's why he give you time to change, because you know you're only gonna do what you grew up around or what you see all the time. That's what you learned, so that's what you're gonna do. So he gave you time to
Right.
change. Let you know.
He get that. I tell him that all the time, Miss Opalaka. Anytime that you wake up and another day is God giving you another day to get closer to Him.
Right.
Every time you open your eyes, He don't spare your life once again and give you a little time.
Yeah, they say he's patient, ain't it? It's
Well,
half
hey,
of us
look, He
can't even
got
be
way more
patient.
patience than us. You know He way more patient than us. You know some of us we got no patience.
Right.
We want everything right now. We want it yesterday. We want $1 million tomorrow.
We want it
Right.
microwavable. We
But we don't want to
gotta
work
think
hard
Right
for
now.
it.
we gotta want it microwavable.
Exactly. Don't nobody know what real
Right.
work is. I'm telling my oldest
Now, everybody's
children.
scamming. Everybody's scamming now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once they know you have to
Yeah.
earn it. Because for one, these women all
That's
spoiling these little boys and stuff now and stuff. Then wonder why they grow up gay or wonder why they grow up
Come on,
sorry
man.
and not a man. What you did when you was little.
talk to him, Miss Opalaka. You better talk to him. You better let him know.
Come on, man.
I say, nah, my kids know. If anything happen, I feel like that man need to handle it. I'm calling your dad. That's it. Because I don't care
Yeah.
how much I don't like him, whatever, he's still gonna be a dad. So
Listen,
guess what? Come get him.
what we're
You
losing,
know?
what we're losing in society is how God made us. God made the man
Mm-hmm.
to be dominant, masculine. God made
Mm-hmm.
the woman to be feminine. Now we want to play mismatch. Everybody want to crisscross now.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got the more men acting more feminine, and the women want to be dominant.
And now you got these men who undercover, so they bringing back stuff home instead of being honest about what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they living double lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Want to have they cake and eat it too, huh?
Yeah.
Question.
Go ahead, Eddie B.
Now I know we can't be gossiping, but I have a question. Now,
Talk to me.
now, how do you feel about P. Diddy?
He did it.
I mean, I know we can't discuss that over the podcast,
Oh, we can
but
talk about
I'm
anything.
just like
Wow.
We can
wondering.
talk about anything. We can talk about anything.
I
Ain't no limits.
well, me personally, like I told my mom when R. Kelly was going through it. I was like, for one, nobody that's having a party is not checking for ID. Especially if they are, they probably had somebody pay for them to get in or something. Or I mean, if you look around a party, you see a girl, she don't look underage, and she in your party, you might feel like she's grown. Because you got people that lie about their age. Because I know I did it, so I
Right?
know what goes on. I said, in your party, you're not gonna stop what you're doing and you drunk and all this to be like, oh, let me see your ID. If she got in here, you figure she grown. So I don't feel like that was right on R. Kelly behalf because it's a lot of things that go on with these little young girls in Hollywood. They just choose to persecute the ones they want to.
Right.
But like
Yeah,
with
I never
P
condone.
Diddy, I mean, if
I
all
never
this stuff was
condone
going on, I
bothering
think
a child. I can never condone bothering a child. A child is
I
innocent,
just
man. There's too many grown folks. There's too many strippers. There's too many hookers. There's too many prostitutes. If you want to get your rocks off,
it's
Right.
not condoning. It's like the Bible say you have understanding. Because for one,
right?
like I said, if you make a mistake, if she's in a party that's only grown folks and she lied
Right?
to you about your age, you're not gonna be like, oh, let me see your ID. You're gonna trust what she told you, especially if she looked
Right?
young.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that's why I
Absolutely.
believe that they should look at that a little more because I used to be on South Beach and I was 14, 15 in them clubs.
Right.
I had a I had a boyfriend that was 51 and I was 17. By right, my baby daddy should be locked up. But I'm just saying, like, if the person lying and they look a certain way, you're not gonna be like, oh, let me see your ID. Is you 20? No, they're not.
Absolutely.
I don't know that extra female for that ID that actually they gave them.
No, ain't nobody gonna say, all right, hey, you thick, girl, but let me see your ID.
No, they're not.
Right.
So, like I said, I don't. But with Puff Daddy, I don't.
Right.
Because a lot of these, people that's in Hollywood that say they dealt with them and all that. There, I don't know for sure, but I haven't seen anything that But once they get out into the public eye, we'll know. So somebody gonna put it out there. Just can't believe what somebody say.
Yeah.
Right.
There's always two sides to every story, and it's yours, mine, and the truth. There's a lot of sides to the story. But let me tell you how I feel about it.
A lot of people that was down with it, but now it's coming out. They don't want to seem like they was down with it. They want to play the victim now.
Same thing with Kelly. It's the same thing with Kelly. His own camp, the one that threw him under the bus because I don't want to go down.
Yeah. Right.
But let me give you my point of view on P. Diddy and all this other stuff. All right, with the P. Diddy thing, number one, it don't surprise me because I tell people all the time, don't praise no human being or think no human being is perfect. You don't know what these people do behind closed doors. Stop looking at people, money and status, and think they're a god or somebody. So it don't surprise me. People with money, they feel invincible. So of course they push the limits and they feel like they can get away with a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But at the same time, too, it goes back to that Bible verse where they were trying to trick Jesus when they brought the lady in front of Jesus and said, "Hey, this lady committed adultery. This lady's cheating on her husband. By law, we should stone her to death." What Jesus do? Jesus looked at the people and said, "Hold on. If any one of y'all ain't do nothing, y'all ain't never seen to do nothing wrong, then you go ahead and throw that rock there. You throw the first stone."
Mm-hmm.
What everybody did, they dropped them rocks and walked away. That goes to show you that it's easy to throw somebody else under the bus, but we don't know what you're doing. We don't know what your uncle done did. We don't know what your daddy them did, what your brother them did. Your brother them might have been messing with 14-year-olds. Your daddy might have been messing with them 15-year-olds. I saw it all the time growing up. When I was in high school, them girls was jumping in cars with 20-something-year-olds.
I used to skip school too, so I know what goes on. That's why I try to tell my daughter, you can't see. I see what the signs. I see all that, the red flags. I see what goes on. I'm a very observant, so I see it. So before you do it, let me tell you the consequences of whatever you're gonna do. Yeah. So they get right. When I mention they're gonna leave here, go to their daddy. They get right.
Eddie B, how I feel about it, to sum it all up, the old folks used to always tell me, if you make your bed, you gotta lay in it.
Gotta lay in it.
So if he made that bed, he gonna have to lay in it. If it's true, you gonna have to lay in it. If it ain't, then God make a way and you'll keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Because guess what? While you living, you gonna go through ups and downs. Somebody gonna talk about you. Somebody gonna make up lies on you. They gonna spread rumors.
Yeah.
They gonna say Miss Opalaka slept with such and such, and she was trying to mess with this lady husband, and they gonna say Eddie B looks suspicious, and he walk around flirting with everybody's wife. People just gonna say anything about you.
Yeah.
That's all a part of life.
Yeah.
If they talk about Jesus Christ, if they condone God and talk about Jesus Christ and all he did was walk around and perform miracles, what you think the world will do to us?
Do the same thing to us.
And all Jesus was doing, performing miracles and healing people, and they still hated it and still put him on the cross to die.
Yeah.
Same thing Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King wanted everybody to get along. What they did to him. Because you got to remember, the devil don't want that. The devil don't want unity. He wants separation.
Mm-hmm. He want division.
You got to divide. It's called divide and conquer. If you divide people, the devil can conquer.
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
That's why the devil causes chaos. He make your life go like this here, and then you start doubting God in your head. And like, you know what? Is it a God? If it's a God, then why this stuff happening to me? And why do this? And that's how the devil gets you.
Right.
He was jealous.
Remember, he was an angel. God kicked him out and sent him to earth. He got kicked out of heaven, and God sent him right to earth. And that's why he down here causing all this confusion. We can't hear you, Ms. Opalaka. Check your volume. We can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
I know. I said it just all boils down to jealousy. It just boils down to jealousy. He was jealous. That's all.
Right.
Yeah. He wanted all the power that God had. There's only one God.
Right.
Yeah, and
same thing we go through right now.
He went to the weaker vessel to say something.
Mm-hmm.
He go to the man.
There you go. We just got into that. Remember Eddie B? Where the Bible says was the reason for sin.
Yeah.
And it all came back to the woman.
Just got into it last night.
Just got it.
Adam tried to blame. Then Adam tried to blame the woman. You know what I'm saying? It's the woman you gave me. No, but you had your own mind. You could have said no. You the head, remember?
Yeah.
Supposed to make that choice.
But look, you got a lot of weak-minded men, even right now to this day. Well, my woman may be doing it. She told me to go kill this dude. How you be that crazy? Let somebody convince you to do something that's crazy.
They ain't gonna do the time.
Ain't that much love in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ain't that much love in the world. I don't care how pretty she is. You trying to tell, baby, I want you, it's this guy I don't like, and I just want you to go shoot and kill him. I'm gonna say, baby, you don't lost your mind. I ain't gonna shoot and kill nobody.
Mm-hmm.
If she love you, she won't ask you to do that.
Exactly. That's why you got a lot of weak men right now to this day that still let women pull their screens and they baby, I don't want you to believe in God. Stop going to church. I don't want you wasting your time. Okay, baby, give me a kiss.
Yeah. Yeah.
But listen, you live and you learn. And we got to understand that God don't make no mistakes. So we can't think we can take our life in our own hands. And remember, we ain't nothing without God. The Bible says God made us from dust, mud, dirt. We ain't nothing but dirt. Who are you? That's why people kill me when you want to have a sex change and you want to have surgery and change your face and do. Who are you? Who gave you that authority to change what God made?
Nobody.
Who gave you that power?
Nobody.
God don't make no mistakes. Last I checked. Exactly. Last I checked, Eddie B and Miss Opalaka, last I checked, you tell me how many mistakes God made.
None.
I'm waiting.
It's all for
None.
It's all for a reason. He was like, well, since y'all ain't want to believe I was here.
Nah. Man, we had a great podcast tonight, man. I appreciate Miss Opalaka for coming and telling her story. I hope a lot of women that's out there watching can understand that God can bring you through anything. And sometimes you're going to go through hell, but sometimes you got to go through the pain in order to get to the good times. Sometimes you got to rain before the sun comes out.
Right.
Y'all feel where I'm coming from on that. But the people don't understand that life ain't gonna always be peaches and cream. Life is like a roller coaster. If anybody got on the roller coaster, you're gonna be up, then it's gonna drop and go back down. That's what life is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a journey that we all taking a ride. But the key thing that I want everybody out there that's watching, the key thing I want y'all to understand is what's going to happen when that ride stops. When your life is over, what's going to happen to your soul? That's the most important thing. We get so caught up in, man, I want to get rich. Man, I want a big house. Man, what if in the process you die?
Yeah.
That's something to think about there.
To get your soul right, it's best to get your soul right. So if you do die, at least you know you got a good chance to get in them gates. Listen, I'd rather live in a shack down here and go to the pearly gates later. I take a shack down here and I take the pearly gates later.
Yeah.
We get caught up in all this materialistic stuff that really ain't gonna mean nothing. All your money, what they gonna do? Put it in a suitcase and put it in the dirt and let it rot with you? You gonna put on all that jewelry and let that jewelry rot with you down in the grave?
Can't take it with us.
What they gonna do? Park that car at the graveyard? What they gonna do? Put it by your tombstone and park it?
We can't take it with us.
You gotta think about how really important is all this stuff. This is what we gotta start asking ourselves.
Nothing is.
I think the Bible tells you is the root of all evil. Why they tell you the root of all evil is money? Because the love of money will make you turn away from God.
Right.
You start praising money, money become your God.
Right.
The love of money is the root of all evil. Yeah. Right. When you start loving it more than God, now you got a problem.
Right.
Because just like he gave it to you, he can take it right from you in a second. Mm-hmm. You ever seen people that had it all and lost it? Y'all know the people I'm talking about. You don't see them have it all, and God stripped everything away from them.
Yeah.
He'll humble you real quick. You better humble yourself, or he will humble you.
Mm-hmm.
You'll think you're on top, and you'll fall so fast, you don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you got to be careful how you treat people and watch who you step on to get to the top. The Queen Bridge, you might have to run across it.
Yeah.
Why you think they tell you don't burn your bridges? You never know. You might have to run right across that bridge again.
Never know.
The same people you stepped on, you might have to reach your hand out and say, help me.
Yeah.
That same person you stole from might be the same person that you asked for a ride.
You're right.
You don't know how life goes, man.
Mm-mm.
So we about to end this podcast, man. Any final thoughts y'all want to say? Ms. Opalaka, any last thoughts you want to say to everybody out there's watching? Then B, you go ahead.
No, just follow the right path. Whatever you got to do to make sure you have peace and make sure your life right once it's over.
That's well said, sister. Well said, Queen.
Thank you.
My motto
what you say?
Well, let's live life to the fullest. Let's do the right thing, and that's,
maximize your potential on earth. That's what we can tell y'all. Live life.
Right.
God gave you a gift. He gave everybody a gift. It's how you use it. Some people choose to use their gift in the wrong way. You don't use the gift and direct people to God. You use your gift to direct people away from God, and you're doing the devil's work.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I appreciate my special guest for being on here tonight, man. We done went on almost 2 hours, so you know we was having a good time. I had Miss Opalaka in the building. She shared her story. Y'all make sure y'all follow her on Facebook. Miss Opalaka. And what's your what is your social media, Miss Opalaka, where everybody can follow you at?
That's my social media. Miss Opalaka done changed on Facebook and Instagram. It's Miss Opalaka _305.
So y'all support that sister, man, and she got something in the works. She trying to finish up a book, and I'm gonna keep pushing to go ahead and finish that book, Eddie B. So y'all look forward to that, man. She talk about her life experiences, and I know some of y'all females gonna be able to relate because you know everybody go through trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
So Miss Opalaka, I appreciate you taking a couple of hours out of your life and your night to come and vibe with us on here on the Foolish Show. We had a good time with you. So you family now, anytime you want to come on, you're more than welcome.
All right. Thank you. Y'all good night, everybody.
Stay blessed. Stay safe.
You too.
Eddie B, you already know what it is, big homie. You know how we get down, man. We're going to keep drilling them with this real things and keep putting God in their life, and we're going to keep putting the truth in their face so they can't deny it. Because life is too short. We all on the clock, brother. It's true. We all on the clock. Tomorrow could be our last. So we ain't here to play. Ain't got time to. We in a rush. I'm trying to wake people up like this. We try to get people attention like this. We in a rush. Tomorrow ain't promised.
Yeah. No.
Y'all got to stop running around like you ain't got no shame. Y'all living reckless. Like God ain't watching. Like it ain't somebody that know everything you do. Your mama might not know everything you do. Listen, even the police might not know everything you do. But I know somebody that know everything you do. He sees everything.
Yeah, knows all.
He knows all. He know what you're gonna do before you do it.
Right.
How you think you're gonna fool me?
And what you think?
So you might as well get that out your head. Ain't no fooling God. Only way we can be able to make it to the promised land and get beyond them gates is we got to humble ourselves. We got to turn to God. You got to repent. And you got to get rid of all your wickedness. That's what the Bible tells you. You got to get rid of all that wicked stuff.
Right.
In order for you to be holy, you have to get rid of all those unholy things. You got to separate yourself. Good and evil ain't together. You got to separate. So once God touch your heart and soul, there's no way you'll want to walk around here, run around here, living a certain way when you really got God in your life and he don't touch your heart. It's impossible.
Right.
God is love. So if you're around here doing anything else besides loving, you ain't got God in your life. You can't tell me you're going to shoot somebody and that's love. You can't tell me you're going to beat up nobody and that's love. Ain't nothing holy about that. Matter of fact, that's the devil. That's evil. And the devil will trick everybody's mind just like that and make you think that you're doing something good and you're falling in that trap of living a life of sin until you end up dying and going to hell.
Yeah.
And this is something that none of us don't want to experience. I ain't trying to go there, and I don't want y'all to go there. And God don't want you to go there. They say God wants all his children to come home. But at the end of the day, it's your own decision. He gave you your own mind frame and way of thinking. He let you come and come to him. He give you that choice. And nobody putting a gun to your head. He giving you that choice to accept him in your life. Now, if you deny him now, he gonna deny you later.
Right.
If you act like you don't know him now, when you die and you go, hey, how you doing, God? Hey, you remember me? God say, get away from me. I don't know you. You gotta go to that cookout. You can't come in here. You gotta go to the cookout. So let's keep in mind, y'all, we all we got. Keep spreading good vibes. Eddie B, I appreciate you, brother. We'll be back on the air, Lord's willing, 8 p.m. Friday night. Y'all make sure y'all scan that barcode on the top left-hand corner. Check out our official merchandise, Reality Music Entertainment merchandise. We got hats, hoodies, t-shirts, sweats, sweaters, you name it, we got it. Y'all go ahead and do a little shopping, man. We got a special 30% off on all inventory. Scan that barcode. I appreciate everybody that be watching. Y'all keep subscribing. Hit that thumbs up button. and we gonna keep feeding y'all that soul food, man. Because the Bible says we gotta speak in plain. So I gotta give it to you with no sugar coating, no sugar. I can't spice it up. I can't add nothing to it. I gotta give it to you straight. Whether they make you mad or sad, you gotta take the good in the bad. Some people a lot of times don't want to hear certain things. When we live in a certain way, we don't want to hear it. You don't want nobody to tell you about it. Ain't none of us perfect. So you gotta be willing to accept your flaws, work on it, and change. The way you is today, you don't have to be that same way tomorrow. So I appreciate y'all, man. Eddie, stay safe. I'll see you Friday night, brother. Make sure you stay safe out there, man. And we're going to keep hitting them with all these good vibes.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed one, man. We out this thing. Have a blessed night. One love.